Welcome back. It's Michael Rogers. Welcome to Bodywork Boxing. It feels so good to be back. How y'all doing this week, man? Hey, we stuffing Jive turkeys tonight. You know what I'm saying? We gonna get them full with some hot muy caliente red peppers. You know what I'm saying? We gonna stuff them. You know what I'm saying? With some red peppers. You know, we're gonna sprinkle a little bit of everything down this side of them. You know what I'm saying? Then we're gonna go out. We're gonna get us a vat of that peanut oil and a deep fry, of course. And we're gonna heat that peanut oil up, right? We're gonna season that turkey up. You know what I'm saying? Stuff it with the peppers and all the seasoning and all the spices and herbs and all that. Then we're gonna stuff it down in that deep fry. You know what I'm saying? Boxing is so funny, man. It's a niche market. I can't describe it any other way. But man, I had a good time, man. And sometimes, man, you gotta be, when you a one-man band. When you a one-man band, you know what I'm saying? Like when you are uno. I mean, if something didn't happen, if you got a problem, you know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta go to HR. You gotta go look in the mirror. Yeah. When something ain't going your way or something need to be figured out, you ain't gotta go over to accountant. You gotta go look in the mirror. When that meeting happens and you going over your goals and your assessments and your trajectory and you going over your little combat plan and you assessing the situation and you realizing that, hey, we didn't hit this benchmark or kudos need to be sent out to that person. It's like you don't go over to your personal assistant. You gotta go look in the mirror. And I'm just wondering, man, for all the people, man, because I'm protect yourself at all times. You know what I'm saying? That's just me though. But for all those who don't concur with my belief that if protect yourself at all, you're gonna spend much time, bruising kneecaps in such manner, such vicious, reckless unaccountability. I'm just asking you to get some of these knee pads, right? They Kevlar cap. Man, I think it's like a billion thread cap in the knee cushion. Silky smooth. I say they like slippers for your knees. Ooh-wee. But since you're gonna take your mouthpiece out and you bruise your kneecaps and such, I'm like, get some of this throat coat. It's better than herbal tea. It's gonna coat the throat. It's gonna give you a boost of energy. You don't get much sun, it's gonna give you your vitamin D. It's like Wonder Days for these boxers. Because I don't know if y'all really realize it or not, but the sport of boxing is changing. Okay, all right, Mike. All right, well, okay, so what? The sport. No, at first it was a sport, then it was a business, and people started looking at it more like a business. And everybody want to put a bullseye on a such individual, you know what I'm saying, who was able to string every red penny red cent that he can get out of the game. Everybody want to put a bullseye on his back, but even that, the business of boxing is changing, y'all. The business of boxing is changing, man. You can't even go out and get good work, good sparring, without somebody using it against you. You can't even, like, you can't do anything in sparring now. Sparring used to be a point in time where if I'm trying to work on my jab, I'm trying to get my work rate up, I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying, learn how to be that matador to that bull, or that bull to that matador, because don't get it wrong, we praise the matador because he's able to get out. And those are the ones that you see. But all it takes is for one time for that bull to touch that matador. And it look like, because they be clowning, they be getting up and they be laying down and they be spinning around, but all it takes is just one time for that bull to touch that matador. That's why I be saying, man, I be driving, man. Like, I would say about 40 to 50% of my day is spent behind the wheel of a vehicle. And I'm like, man, people nowadays, they don't have any respect for vehicles, because I be like, yeah, it might not look like the van with all this weight and all these tools in the back and these ladders on top and the force that I'm going down the road. It might look like it's going that fast. But if this bumper were to touch your kneecap, good Lord, oh Lord, you gonna know something. And I often play around like you're gonna wish you never woke up this morning. You know what I'm saying? But I digress, man. Sparring is a time where you should be able to work on things, man. You should be able to perfect your craft. But now it's like people could be the king of the spar wars, and you know, I don't know where boxing is going. All I know is I like the fighters that when the big bright lights come up, I don't care if I know your first name. Since the first round is a fill-out round, I don't give a if you DKSAB. I DGAF. After that first round, since it's a fill-out round for most parties, unless you want to knock out strength, a la Berlanga in his hay, Tyson in his hay, first round, 19 seconds, etc., etc., etc. You're gonna need to know how to do some things in that ring. Yeah. And as the competition gets stiffer, the knockouts ain't gonna be able to come like that. You're gonna have to know how to box. You go to sparring to work out those kinks so you can be able to do your thing. But when them big bright lights come on, and it's just you, your opponent, and the ref, where there's nowhere to run to, baby, nowhere to hide, you're gonna have to be able to put down the ones and the twos. You could be the Spar Wars champ. You could be the YouTube boxing king. But in the sport of prize fighting, it's the man that's able to produce the most revenue to warrant and guarantee the prize, as well as every party that's involved. It's going to make that event a success. And if you putting on lackluster performance when them big bright lights come on, you disappear. That's part of the sport of boxing. It's all entertainment. That's how I got to know all these professional fighters. And really, you know what I'm saying? I'm really just here. I'm just buying time, man, because my name is Chim N. Nee. You heard me. I went looking for some smoke. You know what I'm saying? Some people say that I like living on the edge. You know, so I went to where, you know, they say it be bodies down there, you know what I'm saying? They say it be spirits. I went down there and, you know what I'm saying, I attempted to, you know what I'm saying, I raised my hand several times. And unfortunately, I wasn't called on, you know what I'm saying? They didn't pick me. Silly me. I call that the irony of life, man, because there's a lot of time, man, when people be seeking the answers to certain questions, you know what I'm saying? It's like you be seeking the answers, but it depends on who gonna answer your question. You know what I'm saying? I think people are accustomed to hearing the answers from certain parties that they enjoy or find pleasurable, or that they're in cahoots with. That's not me though. You know what I'm saying? I'm bold enough to tell, man, my 3 favorite content creators, man, I get along with 90% of what they saying. It's the 10% that I have a problem with. You know why they hate me? That 10%. I'm like, well, god dang. I support you. I salute you. I learn. I listen. Just like that Beyonce song. She said, I say yes to this and I say yes to that, but the first time I said no, it's like I never said yes. Yikes. And that's what it is, man. It's just like I'm a straight down the middle kind of guy, you know what I'm saying? I'm not out here trying to pussyfoot around. I done told you. You know what I'm saying? I'm in here under a disguise. This is not my government, man. My government is not Chim in Knee. That's not my government. My government name is B-Side Shorty. It's in the contract. Y'all thought I was playing when I said I'm trying to be one of the misfits, man. Hey, we done sized each other up. I done came over to your forum. I challenged you. I gave you my box rate. I'm a journeyman. This is gonna be my debut. 5'10", you can put me down from anywhere between 195 to 205. How do you like it? Do we gotta lose weight? You in cahoots? You be sitting on the bunk bed of your favorite fighter. Get some revenue. It's in the contract. I'm on my Devin Haney. I want all the smoke. Whatever division that you say you wanted it, I'll run to that division. We can even do it with Eddie, man. He like putting on journeyman. Devin got the bag. He a promoter. Let's get our Jake and KSI Misfit on. I told you my measurements. I'm already 3 weeks in the training camp. You know what I'm saying? There ain't gonna be no rehydration. You know what I'm saying? It's in the contract. I ain't hard to find. A lot of these content creators be finding me. I got some stuff, man. I'm almost embarrassed to actually play it, man. It's like, man, if you got 1.52 million subscribers, if you got over 330,000 subscribers, why are you biting the channel that only got 722? Shame on you. I used to have a problem with vengeance, but you know, I don't, but I am keeping track. And when I put together this documentary on y'all that been biting, man, who ain't been giving no credit, just all I be saying is, dang, man, I know you watching. I know you listening. You using the stuff. You saying the same terminology, man. Like when I put it up, it's gonna look bad for you. What is boxing and boxing media has come about? I get called a rider because I be out here trying to put some reasoning and some rationale behind, what's going on with the sport of boxing. I understand that boxers have their ambitions, but at the end of the day, it's a business and it's about putting butts in seats. And it is something about fighting the top competition, the elite. But it's like people get ignorant to certain facts, and it's like, the most popular voices aren't always the most accurate. And I'm always a victim of being able to come out like all of these things. I got a series. It's called Days of Our Lives. With all these DHP lies for years, I've been exposing all these DHP lies for years. But like the thumbnail said, it's cool when they do it, but when I do it, I've been telling y'all what was up with this DHP stuff, man. I've been telling you how they was. I'm just ahead of my time. So when I said it, I've been dealing with the hate of that. But not only that, boxer, any boxer that I speak on, because I speak with the truth. And a lot of times, if it's your favorite fighter, and I go straight down the middle with something that you scared of losing a relationship with or whatever, you know what I'm saying? A lot of what these boxers or these content creators who interview other fighters, they're willing to lose. You know what I'm saying? I don't have that to lose. But I try to do it with taste, class. And it's really just the facts. Yeah, you got to mix in some satire and some comedy. But at the same time, I've been on the truth on these kids out. And it's like today, I sat back and I know that I'm growing. I know, because I sat watched something all day. It's like, man, it's like my favorite content. I sat back and listened to him all day. My guy, he be rocking. You know what I'm saying? He's sharp. But I sat down and I saw the frustration and I heard it in his voice about what was going on. I'm like, all this time, I'm like, well, what you beat me for? Because I ain't no threat. This late night with Mike, you know what I'm saying? This ain't, you know what I'm saying? This different. This is music. This is a vibe. This is logic and reason, and we rationale. I don't play politics. The only difference is politics. But I saw and heard the frustration and the wave, man. It's like you got reality, which is what happened the other night with Shakur Stevenson on a Thursday night. Like what happened that night? You got that reality, that whole reality, versus the young man from Baltimore in the reality where wherever he goes, it's bada boom, bada bing, bada boom. And for years, a party that went out and did some things and got some accolades of is deemed online. It's deemed as such, but it's like, man, like boxing has changed because it's really not about the legacy. If it was about the legacy, then Devin wouldn't have said, oh, no, I'm going up here to 140 to go do this and this and that, and I'm going to give up my belt. But I heard somebody say that Shakur actually ducked. I'm like, man, we got to reestablish what a duck is. So now, by the letter of the law of a certain community, you can say, no, I'm not going to wait on what the sanctioning body says. I'm going to go up to this higher weight class. I'm going to let them put me in recess. I'm going to relinquish this belt, put it up for grabs. And when somebody fights and wins for it, they're still going to be considered a duck. That's a new definition. And by the way, I was the first one to call it a definition. And you can see that in thumbnail. If you go back through my video and look at my thumbnails, but never got no credit for that. Everybody used that. You heard that first here on Bodywork, the definition, the paramount signal. That's the definition. So we're redefining, not defining, divining a whole standard of boxing. I was saying, look, man, we got to be cautious when we let Canelo do it. We got to be cautious when we let Bud do it. We got to be cautious when we let Haney do the things that they're doing, because you're going to set a precedence. You're going to set a precedent. And people are not going to look at history. Like, the history of the matter is, you got 2 different champions that's in 3 different weight divisions. One got 5 belts, the other 4 belts. This one guy was able to get a belt by not fighting for it. One fought for the other 3. It was really 4 by definition. It was really 4 to become undisputed. Went and defended it to reestablish it, and then fought somebody half years later after the boxer themselves called the dude too old and too small. He gets all of the credit when almost 2 years prior, somebody on the same level already beat that guy who you haven't seen yet. Yet he went up a whole nother weight division, fought 3 times and beat undisputed champion at 140. And Josh Taylor. He don't get any credit for of him because he didn't fight. We are redefining the sport of boxing, not defining. We're redefining boxing. This is a slippery slope, y'all. All this stuff that's happening in sparring is not cool. I had a segment with my old head today, and I asked, I said, man, is sparring sacred anymore? Because sparring, you used to go in there and be like, dang, man, I got to work on being able to get back on the phone. You know what I'm saying? I got to work on my body work, being able to get back on the phone, stand active. You know what I'm saying? I got to go in there and work on something. Now I got to worry about somebody that's there to be security actually filming me while I'm practicing my craft. So when the big bright lights come on, I can be who I say I am. So I can be who I say I am. So now instead of just sparring and getting that good work, it says you're supposed to have the best jab in the world, and I got to be able to get around and maneuver and get up under and whip up and fade and check off of. I want to work against that jab. Now I got to worry about you because I'm working my jab and looking for the jab and working off that. Now I got to worry about you catching me with something and worrying about who filming it and doing what. It's too much. I was never a fan of spying. Yes, it's an advantage that if you actually can have it. But I was never a fan of broadcasting sparring. Matter of fact, in the NFL, you can't even do that. Listen, in the NFL, just think about the Patriots. Think about what happened with the Eagles and what they say what happened that first time. Think about Spygate. In the NFL, you can't go and be looking at somebody practice. But boxing is just that much more brutal where, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, if it's close quarters, both parties have it. You got a contract to be able to say, hey, look, man, until X, Y, and Z, unless we sit down and say, hey, because of what and this can't be released. It's messing up the sport of boxing. And I hate that me and Amin don't do the segments we used to do, but we talked about it. We started talking about like how the sport of boxing was getting compromised. This was last year. Sparring should be sparring. And the more and more I look, it's like this is like the WWF. WWE. I think I've been saying that for 2 years. Go back and look at the old videos before the graphics progressed and I got to where I'm at now. Not saying I'm where I want to be. I'm far off. Because if you can see what I'm doing with what I'm doing, you already know. You know what I'm saying? You're going to know instantly. Go back and look at the videos when I had been saying these things. I never changed my stance. Yet I got all these people in the polar opposite of me because pretty much, with a few minor exceptions, I've been staying right down the middle with a lot of the things, man. But the truth is the truth is the truth. Things that I said didn't even give me favor with the people that I actually like and rock with. They act like they don't rock with me. So it's like, cool. It's brick by brick. It's move by move. It's just me. I don't got a bunch of people that I got to worry about. Oh, man, they didn't like this. Oh, man, they're going to blackball for that. No, I stood on my own the whole time. And look at everybody coming around now talking about, man, these dudes they been. So that means during the time when you actually saw it in real time, you didn't say nothing, but I was wrong. And you was right. Tables turn. I hear Jose Benavidez, he ain't the only one that dropped Errol Spence. I'm like, man, this is sloppy, man. Like, that's what you gotta pull from to sell your fight. You got an opportunity to go in there and put hands and feet on Mar Charlo after over 2.5 years. And the biggest thing you got to promote yourself with is that you dropped Errol Spence in sparring. You're down bad. And that's why I hope Jamal Charlo stuffs this Jive turkey. Yeah, I said it. Meanwhile, David, man, you ain't nothing like David. David done matured. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never seen David. This is the level of maturity that David is showing. It's like I'm giving all the kudos to Andre because everybody's talking about his IQ and his specimen and the pedigree, and you know he might not have as much wear and tear because he wasn't fighting as often. It's just David Benavidez actually proved who he was to me. And David Benavidez is going in there with a level head. Not Jose. Meanwhile, Marl is just talking so poised and people don't want to give him the recognition. And let's talk about, let me take this time and let me date this. Because I always talk about Charlo hit the clock. I always talk about hit the clock. It's 11, 22, 23, and it's 8:44. At this point in time, people don't want to recognize the grace sometimes that the universe can have. And Jamal Charlo can go on and let this opportunity right here be the launch pad for the second half of his career, where he has not suffered a loss. He has not got knocked out. He has controversial decisions. He's maintaining this belt, and this is a stepping stone. If he go in there and do what he need to do tonight, he will show that we actually have the ability to be resilient. But I seen more people talking about, oh man, he got that, I'm on medication. Look, I'm on that medication talk. I'm on that slow motion speak. I'm like, man, we our own worst critics. Because you got people like Felix Verdejo, who did what they did. Got Aaron Hernandez, who did what he did. But our own guy, a twin of our own guy, that suffered some mental things. We all turn our back. So this man was able to maintain his strap in an area where they thirsty to just take away straps, even though it's more to those stories. But you like to believe the narrative that's spoon-fed to you. It's disgusting to me because it looks like birds that be having to chew their food just to, you know what I'm saying, eat their babies. You know what I'm saying? Y'all just take it and run with it. Then y'all start dropping that bird shit everywhere. And I ain't got time for it. But this is where we at in the sport of boxing, man. I think that we need to support Jamal Charlo because it could be a success story. Everybody talking, oh man, he's never looked like this, and I'm used to the rah-rah, and I'm used to the brash this. It's like the man said he changed. He said he lost it all. And maybe it's just like how people say when you grow up without a father, because some people can't understand how it is growing up without a father. But if you've been married to somebody since you was in high school or right around that time, all the way up until now, and then for whatever reason it don't work out and y'all got children, you're going to go through some shit, especially when you get hit in the head for a living. But we live online though. And he's a twin. So he had to bear everything that Jamel went through. Jamel got to bear everything that Jamal went through. You know what I'm saying? They didn't come from the Waldorf Astoria. Just like Regis Prograis, just like Tank Davis, they got it out of the mud. So now is the time to get behind them. And for Jose Benavidez to mock Maul about mental health, even though Maul isn't even talking about mental health. Maul is so resilient and so clever in his answer and so honest. It's like, dang, man, that time with Roy Jones might have been the most beneficial thing. Even though he stated that it wasn't about boxing. He wasn't over there learning boxing from Roy. That's not all he was there for. He said they camped. He said he made him fall back in love with boxing. And let's not forget, man, when you talk about jabs, Jamal Charlo can knock you out from a jab. He made Hogan do a back roll flip, like people like a la Roy Jones. Y'all must have forgot. You got Jose trying to kick up dust because he say he dropped Spence. You got him out here trying to reiterate that Maul went through mental health. He's back. He's naturally bigger than you. You lost to Danny Garcia. On boxing. I just think that now is the time that we need to show support. It's been many a time where you say, I'm not buying that. I'm not supporting that. Like when they had our champion belt. Go back and look at the videos before these content creators start taking them down. Go look at all the people that mocked him for the whole belt that they had when he did the Black Heritage belt and how they was mocking him. Go back and look at the time when the Charlos got the key to Houston and they was mocking him. Go back and look at when Jermell Charlo was going for Undisputed and everybody was boycotting him because he was saying skills paid the bill when it came down to Fury and Wilder. We find plenty of chances while we turn our back on these boys, but Maul got a big fight. Demetrius Andrade got a big fight, and we got to salute him for going over to the other side, making his blunders early, getting ducked, dodged, called a horrible fight. You just want payday, man. Meanwhile, Canelo about to fight Munguia. 42 fights in and ain't fought hardly nobody. And salute to Gabe Rosado because he my guy. It's just different time in his career. But none of the gangsters we wanted Munguia to see, but he about to skip the line and go get a Canelo fight. That's the word on the curb. But meanwhile, we got Andrade getting it on with David Benavidez and Maul getting on with Jose Benavidez. And the talk of the town is all about somebody that's known as the cash cow and somebody begging for a contract and some money to be sent when they already got a fight and they looking ahead of Regis Prograis, who before all this, everybody recognized as a veteran. A guy who they did dirty after that decision loss to Josh Taylor. We had to bite, scratch, claw his way to the top. It's not till now people start saying Regis' name. So do we keep it 10 times 10 when we really be talking that boxing talk? Or do we just really be talking out the side of our face? I'm not sure, man. State of boxing it's in a good place, you know what I'm saying? But it's all in perspective, man. Do not let these people that go online that prey on your naivety and ignorance influence you to believe that there's no hope. Listen, if the sun wasn't out as often as it was, we all wouldn't survive. But we need the sun to survive. When it rain or a thunderstorm, that's the stuff we talk about because it's like, man, it was really raining. But most of the time, the sun is shining and we don't pay attention to it. Yes, there's cloudy days. Boxing has seen cloudy days. And I'm very optimistic about the sport. I think that we don't need to be getting caught up in all these politics, all these goblins. You know what I'm saying? some of these content creators, man, they go in with reckless abandonment, and here I am. I get hated on because I say, at least buy these knee pads. Listen, if you're gonna go that rough and that raw, go that hard on those knees, get some of these knee pads, man. Like, gee, like, but I'm the bad guy, right? Right. That's just me though. I'm just like, man, listen, man. If you're gonna go out and buy all that Louis and Gucci and Prada, man, get one of these bibs. Do not allow your favorite fighter in your attempt to give him all of that enjoyment. Do not allow him to mess up your blouse, your shirt like that. Get one of these bibs. Listen, if you know that you got to go on and you got to do content tomorrow, you know what I'm saying? You know that tonight you're going to go your extra mile. You're going to go extra hard. You're going to go extra deep for your favorite fighter. Get some of this throat coat. You know you going on air tomorrow. You need that. But I'm the bad guy, right? I'm the bad guy. I'm really here for all of these smoke. I want all of these smoke. Man, I was all up on roofs. I was looking down chimneys. I was poking holes all around boiler rooms. I was picking up lighters every time I stopped at the gas station. I was buying gas cans and looking at, sizes and shapes of grenades. And the whole time I didn't realize what I was looking for. Maybe you can help. Maybe you can go up or send the contract or whatever. It's like, man, since the sport of boxing is bullshit, y'all keep thinking I'm bullshit. Since the sport of boxing is bullshit, and listen, man, I've been sparring shadow boxing for myself. I'm a journeyman. That qualifies me to be able to fight on the zone. I'm 5'10". I can get my reach. You know what I'm saying? And I'm in whatever weight class. You know when they walk up and they say, hey, man, what size you wearing, man? And the person says, you guys ask me what division you fighting in. Your division. I'm B-side shorty. I'm not using my government tonight. My government is B-side shorty. Send the contract. Tonight you can call me Chimney. All of these smoke. All of these smoke. I'll be asking real questions, man. People get to ducking and dodging and tiptoeing all around and, you know what I'm saying, ignoring me. I'm like, man, dang, man, like, what I gotta do? I gotta stalk you, like, but you talking to me, though. Mad subliminal. So I'm wondering if I show my face right now, like, will you show up? You know what I'm saying? Will you show up? It's one-on-one boxing smoke. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what you got going on. Get some of these knee pads if it's that time. If it's your time to shine and you get to see your favorite fighter tonight. You know what I'm saying? I just asked you to get some of these knee pads. that you get one of these bibs or something. But I'm here for all the smoke. That's a nice little interlude. You know what I'm saying? I'm back. But I was wondering, man. I am here, man. I said I'm gonna go plain Jane tonight. You know what I'm saying? It's just a special invitation, man. If you had something, you know what I'm saying, that you wanted to direct to me in particular, you know what I'm saying? Get it off your chest. It's an open invite, man. We can get it on. You don't gotta worry about me muting you, going over you. I'm here. I'm always able to make myself available. You know what I'm saying? Present and accountable. And I show up. I get ignored. I guess that's not the kind of, you know what I'm saying? That's not the kind of debate or dialogue anybody's trying to have. But in the humblest way possible, I always say, hey man, I'm B-side shorty. Let's get our misfits on, you know what I'm saying? That's really what I'm waiting on, man. Especially if you got one of these boxes and you got somebody with all this money, they can do this and this and that. Let's get our boxing. Let's get our Jake Paul and Logan Paul on then. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm a dreamer. I often wish that I could save everyone, but I'm a dreamer. So if you got a boxer that's gonna to you and put the bag in the bag, and then we can get our Jake and Logan Paul on. Why not? If Salt Poppy and all them boys can get it popping, and you got it on your chest like that, and we can do it, why not? Ain't you tired of working? I'm here tonight so you can get it off your chest though, because I be hating to say I you know, If I come to where you are and you ignore me, or one of your wrenches block me, but then I have an open invitation just like you, and I admit that I'm B-side shorty. I'm on my Devin Haney. I'm saying, send the contract. That's your man's. He about to be the money man. Tell him to put us on the undercard. And you on the undercard. We want to be in on that Saudi money. You know what I'm saying? I want to be in on some of that Saudi money. I told you my measurements. You know where I'm at. Let us be on the undercard since he about to be the money man. Or anybody that you might want to have represent you. Lord, they hands ain't registered. I think I might be asking for too much. This is what boxing has come. If the YouTubers gonna get their bread and we're gonna start like look at, you know what I'm saying? Like, look at what people are doing, like on YouTube. If they able to get it, and we should be able to get it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all that, you know what I'm saying? Y'all have interviews, y'all rub elbows with Hall of Famers. I would love to get it on, man. As long as they cutting that check. Mayweather channel got 500,000 subscribers. That's what's up. I always congratulate. I always support, man. Even if we don't even speak and talk, I still donate. But right now, man, the sport of boxing is some low-level energy, man. I kind of want to just say, hey, man, it was cool. It's always cool when they do it, but when I do it, it's a whole different story. I've been telling the truth about a lot of these people, man, mainly DHP, and to see where we at in the current day, it's like, okay, so why you beefing with me? Why you beefing with me again? Now you know what's up, but I was saying it back then, and that's probably why we fell off. Why we beefing again? When we know what's up. Oh, okay, you gotta run with that because you affiliated. Oh, I get it. You don't want to mess up your bad. Well, I'm like, hey, Bill Haney. They say if you say Bill Haney, Bill Haney, Bill Haney, Bill Haney, Bill Haney, Bill Haney. Since we so pro-black, why you don't ever come grace my channel? I know I'll get your attention. Come on here and sit down and talk to me. 722 subscribers. Come over here and sit down and talk to me. But nah, because you work too much and your time is this. No, it's just one, you know what I'm saying, black father to another black father with love for they, you know what I'm saying, son. Love for their children. Talking about, you know what I'm saying, what's really good so we can actually get this thing back on right, because I always say the way they promote Devin Haney is not the way I would have promoted Devin Haney. It's not the way I would have promoted Devin Haney. I'd have probably promoted Devin Haney the same way that Errol Spence had without those hiccups that Errol Spence had. Where you came from a good family. Like where you trained and you got it out the mud and you this and this and that and you clean cut and you do everything by the book and all that. I wouldn't have went down this other path. There's a lot of people that can relate to that, and as long as you get them locked up and sold up and you don't oversell them, but the minute you get, you know what I'm saying, really touched. We seen what happened when Linares did it, but the minute you get really touched, that whole facade is gonna go away, man, because the style of fighting that Devin have don't spark fear in nobody's heart, and that's from father to father. That's father to little bro. That's big bro to little bro. And that example about which alley you sending somebody down, you gonna send somebody down the Devin Haney alley, the Shakur Stevenson alley, the Regis Prograis alley, or the Tank alley. And I bet you, if I were to take a pop quiz for everybody in here, I bet you the alley that everybody would least take is that Tank Davis alley. So then I followed up with what the are we talking about? It gotta be a game, or it gotta be something to where it's like you can go by to any means, to any extent, to downgrade and to, you know, devalue this guy over here who got it out of nothing. He didn't have the father, he didn't have the training or to be able to be put on. No, the environment that he fell in nurtured him to become that. And all y'all do is hate on that. Address that. Y'all want to address all of that. That's the only thing y'all don't want to address. There's really nothing to talk about because the people that could really explain it, it's almost like, you know, when you see people and they, you know, they go to trial and, you know, it might be somebody that's a witness that's on the stand that's supposed to be vouching, and they get them up on the stand and the prosecutor fry their ass. It's like every now and again there are people that represent certain people and they speak on certain topics and they represent, but they get fried. But because they get fried, the essence of what's really going on gets miscued. It's like, no, they were not a good representation to actually speak on the defense of such party because they didn't know. But the people who really want to smoke, the people that can really explain it, the people that got the heart and the gumption that'll break that shit down in a way that you can't do nothing but understand in 5 or 6 different ways, you don't want no smoke. That sounds like selective outrage. That sounds like you like shooting fish in a barrel. Because when I come to your channel and I come and I say, hey, I'm here, I'm present, hey, what's going on, what's good? You don't even acknowledge me. Don't say ain't nobody ducking you. Ain't nobody dodging. The subliminals is cute and all that, but it don't really make you no money. It don't make you that Jake Paul, Logan Paul money. You know what I'm saying? I'm B-side Shorty. That's my government. Okay, that's my government name. Tonight I'm Chimney. I want all of the smoke. Let me know. I'm advertising. Y'all see that? I'll be campaigning because one day we're gonna have to bury the hatch. Yeah, dead reckoning. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna have to go down. I'm here. Somebody might want some box of smoke, man, because people get be in the comment section. Been pretty good. I give myself a pat on the back because I just been listening. Like today, I listened all day. Got me all through my day. That's why I still send cash apps. I still send donations because it got me all through my day. I was like, okay, cool, good show. You know what I'm saying? I don't agree with everything, but great show. Entertainment value was up there. You know what I'm saying? And I salute. I'm one of them ones. I could disagree with you, still super chat you, send you money because I know how hard it is to actually. But then you got haters. You know what I'm saying? You got people who say, "Oh man, who are you?" And this, you ain't nothing, and call you all kind of names, but you see a threat. You see a threat. Definitely see a threat, but thought I might get some boxing smoke, man. I say I give it about an hour. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know who was gonna come through, who was gonna say what, but I said I'll give it an hour and see what it do. But Apparently nobody want that boxing smoke. You know what I'm saying? So if you watch this video, man, and I gotta spell it out any clearer for you, go back and play the beginning of this video. And thanks to the Oracle, Levi, Scorp, Aaron Jones, thanks a lot of my subscribers, man. Not just the ones that watch my anyway content, but the ones that's consistent, you know, on a regular basis. And I'm about to start doing comment of the week or subscribe of the week. I gotta acknowledge you guys, because with small channels, you know what I'm saying? Because I know that it's a game. You be like, oh, I want to comment, but I don't want my name to be up there. It's like, you do it everywhere else. That's how you know when your channel is a threat. It's like they don't want. It's a boldness. It's a truth that you don't think is ready. I'm unashamed, because I agree with you all day, chatting and tell you, thanks for doing that show. That's me. I know what it takes. Is that you? You know what I'm saying? If you like what I do, please like the video. Even more so, comment on the video if you disagree. I don't do yes men over here. If you ever want to say, if you ever want to collab, bodyworkboxing247@gmail.com. You know how to reach me. Send the contract or make the proposal. I'm not ducking or dodging no smoke. I'm not affiliated with nobody, and I speak for the thoughts and the opinions and views of Bodywork Boxing alone. I'm not riding coattails. I'm not joining and clicking and doing all that. I got everything from the bottom up. Lost a lot by doing it that way, but guess what? Nobody can say that they did anything for this channel but moi. And we growing, man, so I salute you. If you rock with me, I rock with you. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes even if you don't rock with me, I still support you. That's all I really had to say, man. Thanks for tuning in here with Bodywork Boxing. We don't take things for face value. We do that body work.
He didn't want to box. He wanted to actually prove that he could punch with you. He was like, what the fuck is this nigga, right? Oh, okay, you want to go to sleep. You tired.
Welcome to